Hi everybody. So I woke up this morning and universe said, "Do a reading today." And I was like, "Okay." All right. So I got your colors. You guys, this message is vibrating at this green and gold, okay? It's kind of like I was seeing this green, but then this gold was like in the it's either in the background or it's in on a different dimension, okay, if I can say it that way. It's on a different dimension. And I'm going to read you from like a deep midnight blue. So it's kind of like reading beyond the surface of what's going on. That's what it feels like, that midnight deep indigo blue, okay? All right. So, the first part of what I want to talk about is actually when I came out of okay, so what happened was like I was like, okay, let's do a meditation first before we start the reading. And then in my meditation, what happened was I'm meditating, and then all of a sudden I'm in a tunnel. Okay, I'm in a white tunnel, and it felt like kind of like when you go into say subway, you know, subway kind of tunnel, but it's white. Everything is white, or like the airport, okay, and everything is kind of white. And there's people standing around, and there's people walking in the other direction, but I seem to be the only person that's walking in the direction that I'm walking in. So I'm passing these people, and then you know how like when you're having a vision or when you're dreaming, you don't know right away that you're dreaming or that you're having a vision. You just think you're doing that thing, right? And then what happened was like as I'm walking, all of a sudden I became lucid. I became aware that, oh, wait, I'm meditating and I'm seeing this in my mind. Like I'm not actually, physically walking through a tunnel, right? And so I have this awareness now, this kind of split awareness of me, the person that's meditating, and me, the person that's going through the tunnel. So as I'm watching myself go through this tunnel, the speed picks up, and then now I'm kind of moving faster, right? And then all of a sudden I'm on some kind of like either like a skateboard or like a surfboard or something that just moves faster, and it moves. It's like I'm not the one that's moving my legs walking, but this platform is moving me, right? And then the speed picks up and I'm moving faster, faster, and eventually on a I'm riding on a horse, and then I'm riding like on a chariot, like horse, like there's something pulling this vehicle that I'm in, and I'm moving faster, and now I'm no longer in a tunnel. I'm like outside, right? And then eventually towards the end of this vision, I'm flying, okay? And so it was really cool, and I'm noticing that I'm flying, and I'm kind of like still in that in between state of being fully awake and conscious, and watching myself do this thing in the vision. So I'm kind of moving back and forth in those two states. And I'm just now realizing, oh wow, that's so interesting that the colors that we pulled for this reading has that kind of like on the surface, and then from on another dimension what's actually going on, and then like me reading from that midnight blue of what's underneath it. And so that totally goes with this vision that I had during this meditation. So anyway, it talks about speed picking up, okay? And at the end of the meditation, as I'm coming out of it, my spirit says to me, "Go ahead and do the reading." And I'm like, "Okay." And they flashed me the picture of this deck, Wisdom of the Oracle, and they say pick a card for yourself first and then show it to the people, right? So the card that came out, so exciting, and I this is a message for you too. I feel like it's a message for me personally, but it's a message for you too. This is the card that came out. Treasure Island. Oh my goodness, look at this. Green and gold. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? That's totally cool. Okay, let me just put that so you can see it. All right, so Treasure Island, and they said, look in the book. Treasure Island, essential meanings. The law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. The oracle's message: you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. So you see how there's like the inner, and then the external, right? So this is the inner, or I want to say like upper, like the higher frequencies, and then the physical frequencies, the stuff that you can actually see on physical earth in your physical reality. Okay. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. Okay. And then prosperity message. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is very auspicious and fortunate. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. Okay. And as I turn the page, I felt a bunch of you go, oh, read the relationship one. Okay. All right. Relationship message. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Okay. All right. So that's the first message. And so here are the decks that showed up for this reading. So there's going to be another one that comes out of here, Wisdom of the Oracle. And next is Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Let me put these in order. Oracle of Shadows and Light. Something deep is going to come out of this one, I feel like. That kind of touches you at the core. That's what I'm feeling. And then we have the Affirmators Tarot. Oops. Mediumship training deck. And the last card will be from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Okay? All right. So let's start. Let's see. I was going to move some things around to make space, but we'll move it as we go along. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle. I feel like there are two more cards that are going to come out of here. Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, this just popped out. Come to the edge. Something that you may be wanting to do is calling you, but it might to you feel a little bit risky, like on the surface. But your spirit is calling you and letting you know that as you walk to, what appears to be like an edge to you, where you might, oh no, it's risky, I don't know if there's going to be more like ground for me to step on as I come to the edge, or will I fall over and fall off. But they're saying that spirit from the non-physical can see that this little platform that you're on is going to grow, and as you come to the edge is going to grow. So there's going to be like more places. You're like, from the physical realm, you're not able to see how far you can step. It looks like just a small little piece of land, this little island that you're on, right? But as you trust your inner self and you trust the calling, trust your heart, all these little hearts, this little platform is going to grow, and you'll see that. And when you step on it, that there is more ground to step on, and that you're not going to fall over the edge. Okay. And then also another message that I'm getting from here is that you're also leaving behind a trail of little hearts for other people to follow. Okay. But that's not your purpose. Your purpose isn't this is kind of like a bonus, an after effect of what you're doing. What you're doing is you're following your own heart to where your spirit's calling you. And then other people are going to see these little heart crumbs that you're leaving behind, and they're going to be like, oh, this is really cool. And there's going to be a bunch of people following you. Okay. Following your little heart trails. Heart's trail. Okay. And one more. Okay. Ooh, let's try that again. There was like a clump of cards sticking to my fingers. Okay. Oh my goodness. Blessed. Okay. So whatever your inspiration is that's calling you right now, you are definitely being guided. You have your spirit team working with you. And your trail is marked with a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of this abundance, a lot of these hearts, these hearts and stars, right? Hearts. You see these little hearts? And then there's stars right here. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So your trail is bright. I would not be surprised if from this deck that one card called the Reaching Your Destination card, if that one comes out, because that's kind of the image that I'm seeing from these cards right here, that you're definitely being called. There's a full spiritual team that's working with you, that's calling you to quote the edge. But it only looks like the edge from the physical realm. From the non-physical realm, there's like a full path ahead. But from the physical realm, you're not always able to see right away physically where you're going. And you just have to trust that calling, trust that what you're feeling in your heart, the goal that you have in your gut, the visions that you have in your mind, that those are all true and real. And it makes so much sense now why I told you about the meditation that I had, because it's that same state of, okay, my physical body's lying down in my physical room, but my mental mind, my spirit, my astral body is walking through a tunnel, going through a tunnel, and then soaring and flying, riding on a chariot. All of these things are occurring to my whole self, including my spirit self, right? They're all true, even though on the physical realm, if you looked at me, I would just be lying down, my physical body's not moving, it's not walking through no tunnel, it's not doing anything. But from the perspective of me, the human, and me, the spirit, me, the whole self. I was doing all of these things all at once. I was lying down and I was also going through a tunnel and speeding up and flying and, all of that. So it's like you have to see yourself from the whole self, from the whole perspective, both the physical and the non-physical, where you're being called in order to get the whole big picture of what's happening on your path right now. You're being called, and you on the physical realm, your physical person, trust that calling and do the inspired action. Do what you're called to do, okay? And all along the way are your treasures. All along the way, okay? Oh, so cool. All right, so let's see what's gonna come out of the Secret Traveler. Some of you who are feeling a little bit more doubt, as in like you're not sure. You know how we were talking about that over here where it's like, oh, it might be risky. Oh, I'm kind of feeling this calling, but I'm not really sure if I'm feeling it. It's not strong enough. They're telling you to meditate more. Meditate more and really get into the state where the physical reality blurs a little bit with the non-physical, and that you're more that dream state, that vision state becomes a little bit more clear to you. Because if you're kind of like very focused on the physical realm and the non-physical realms, like you're only feeling hints of it and you're not quite getting the visions, you're not hearing the calling, you're not feeling that gut feeling that you got to do something, then all that means is that you're too focused on physical reality as it is right now, and that you kind of need to get yourself into that dreamy state. Get yourself to connect with your spirit team more, so that the calling becomes louder and clearer. And then when it becomes louder and clearer, that's when you follow it. But before then you're really just living on the physical realm, and that next step for you to do right now is meditate more, okay? Connect more with the non-physical aspects of yourself and your team, okay? I'm gonna move the camera in just a moment. Let me just shuffle. Okay, 2 cards from here. Fellow traveler, support is all around you. Yeah, your spirit team is with you. They're also like physical travelers. Nope, not this one. Okay. Overcoming obstacles. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, let me just shift the camera a little bit. Okay. For some of you, the physical realm feels very real, almost like too real, where if you find meditation hard, like you just can't quiet your mind and you can't focus, you can't hear your guides, you can't hear your inner calling, and that whatever's going on in your physical life is like, it's so in your face. It's like, I have these bills, I have these problems, these people are here making trouble, like whatever it may be that's going on in your physical life. Also, I'm getting that somebody's having relationship troubles, okay? Those, what you would call problems, they appear as problems, they appear as obstacles. There's actually a lot of clarity, that sword. There's a lot of clarity that comes out of these things that are so in your face that appear as physical problems. What they're helping you do is they're helping you to clarify what you really want from life, what you really want from either this relationship, what you really want from, say, if you have a lot of bills that you don't know how to pay, that you're calling for abundance, you're calling for the wealth that you know is in you. And like your physical person might not know that you're very wealthy, but your spirit knows where all your wealth is, that you've created all of this wealth in vibrational form. Like, how do you get to it? And it's like, they're saying try not to view your physical problems as problems. Think of them more as like clarifiers. They're letting you know that, okay, this is in my face right now. How do I deal with it? And appreciate it for showing you what's important to you in your life. So say if you're arguing with somebody, a relationship issue, whether it's like a romantic relationship or like a friendship or kind of like a boss employee type of thing, right? Whatever relationship it is, whatever trouble, conflict is between you and this other person or these other people, appreciate the situation, kind of like step outside of it and look at the conflict and look at like, how is this clarifying what really matters to you in your life? How is it clarifying for you what you like and what you don't like? And it's anytime something shows up to you that shows you something you don't like, then automatically on the other side of that, oh, you know what? I have preferences. I don't like this, but that also lets me know that I like the opposite of this, and so these things that appear as obstacles, it's like you kind of have to bless them and thank them for showing up in your life. And I like how, I didn't mean to do this, but I like how I placed this under blessed. So it's a blessing, it's like those blessings in disguise. Your spirit team is helping you to see past the physicalness of the issue and look at the energy aspect of what's actually happening and be able to like pull the answer out of it. That's towards the answer, the clarity, right? To pull the answer out of it. I feel like within the next month or so, or probably by there's about one more week or half more week, a few more days till the end of August, because August keeps showing up in my mind right now. And so if you're watching this video close to the time that I'm doing it, that I'm uploading it, then the time period for you is either August itself, or the other thing is like whenever, because these readings are timeless, whenever it is that you're watching this, the time period I'm seeing is about a month. Okay, so depending on what the situation is for you, that during a month's period of time, you may be coming across what looks like an obstacle. And then during that month, you're going to receive a lot of clarity. You're going to feel guided by your spirit to pull out that sword and get really clear on what it is that you really do want. And then this is going to resolve itself. It's going to dissolve. It's going to resolve itself. Okay. And then the way is going to come clear. That's a specific message that I'm getting from this. Okay. So for whoever is this resonates for, that's the energy that I'm looking at. And then for this, support is all around you. Other than your spirit team, I'm also seeing physical people and even also animals that are guiding you along the way. And this reminds me of there's last week I went on this trail that I used to go on all the time, but then the trail got closed and all this other stuff. So for the first time in like 2 years, I went back to this trail and I was walking on it and I was just remembering like, oh, I remember this and I remember that about it. And I was also noticing, because, it's nature, right? How the landscape looks a little bit different now, 2 years later. And the road looks a little bit different just because of the sand and the dirt got moved around by nature and stuff like that. And so I walked to the end of the trail and I sat on this bench that I call my meditation bench because it overlooks the water and stuff like that. And so I'm sitting on there and I'm just at the same time reminiscing about how much pleasure I've had walking on the trail like before, right? How I used to do it. And then also enjoying the now, enjoying the present moment, how the trail is new now to me, right? And then all of a sudden I see this kind of bzzz, and I looked and there's this tiny little hummingbird that just like zipped right in front of me and then zipped away. And I'm like, hi, hummingbird. And I have a connection with hummingbirds. They just show up for me like at various places. Like even one time I was in my room at home and I live on the second floor, right? And the hummingbird came up to my window on the second floor for just a moment. And right exactly when I looked out the window, because I wasn't looking out the window before, but somehow I just like knew, or I didn't know that he was going to be there, but I just looked up for some reason and then he was there and then he zipped away and I was like, oh. So hummingbirds show up for me as like a message, as like a sign from universe saying, hi, we're here, you know? And so take notice of these little animals, these little critters that might come around to say hi to you. Like, what is your like totem animal, or what is your spirit animal, or maybe if you have pets and stuff like that, if they look at you kind of like they're trying to tell you something, like maybe they are trying to tell you something. So this is a message saying that you have people and animals and other things like all around you kind of encouraging you along, calling to you, calling to you. And you're so very blessed with such a great group of co-creators around you on the physical realm and on the non-physical realm also. Okay, and there are all these signs that are showing around you. Like, say if you have a conversation with a friend and they're saying like, hey, come check out this thing. That could be them, your spirit team giving you a message through your friend to go check out this either like new technology or this new something, this new app, and go check it out and see if that's something that's gonna help you further you along on your path. Maybe it's like a new meditation app or something like that that's going to help you on your meditation journey, right? Or maybe it's something that could help you in your business or in your social life or something like that, right? So those are some examples, but know that support is all around you. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes like this can be kind of overwhelming when you have obstacles in the way. And I'm just noticing right now, like if you look at the grammatical form of what this is saying, is overcoming obstacles. So it's not that the obstacles just like in your face, but it's like you're overcoming them. Like it's already happening. The motions are in place for you to get through this, and it's dissolving already. Okay. And again, the time period I'm seeing is about a month, or within August. If your thing, whatever it is, if it has already been occurring, then it's rounding up because it's nearing the end of August already. Okay. All right, next one. And we're doing Oracle of Shadows and Light. Oh my goodness. So this fell out. Look, that's you with that sword pulled out. Fairy of the Highlands, it's time to be brave. And I was saying that earlier, that from this deck, right, from this deck, that something deep is going to come out for somebody here. Somebody needs to hear this message. It's time to be brave. That you can overcome whatever this is. You can get the answer to whatever this is, and you're gonna be able to do it. And you have the power to do it. Like, you're the one who's holding the sword. You're the one who pulled that sword out of that stone, right? And you're ready. Get yourself prepared, and don't be afraid. It's time to be brave. Okay. This also connects with the other message about come to the edge, where if some of you are feeling that it's risky, or feeling like afraid to go to the edge or something like that, because it looks like you don't know where you can step, how close can you get to the edge before you fall over and stuff like that. That's also a message for you, that the more you get connected with your spirit team, the braver you will become. And it's not really about feeling brave like there's something to be feared and therefore you just like hold your breath, close your eyes, and go for it. It's not like that. It's more like the more you meditate and get closer to your spirit team, more connected with your spirit team, the louder they become, the more real they become, and the more clearly you'll be able to see your visions for what's going on your path, right? And then it'll no longer be about bravery. It'll just be like you'll just feel more and more secure, more and more confident, and more sure of your path. Okay. Yeah. All right. And this cloak that she's wearing makes me think of like the warmth and safety and security of you being ready. I know a lot of people would probably look at that and go protected, but when you say protected and you say bravery, it kind of makes that fear aspect of it, and then also the guardedness of it like more real. Whereas within this reading, we're trying to get you to have like a smooth flow between the physical and non-physical realm, right? As this non-physical realm becomes more real, there's less for you to guard against, because you're just being called towards a path of abundance, a path of wealth, a path of love and security. Okay, so it's kind of like letting the what appear to be obstacles of the physical realm fall away as the vision becomes more real, as your non-physical team and calling becomes more real, that you manifest it into the physical realm and it looks more like this rather than this. Okay. All right. And next, Affirmators Tarot. Got a lot of cards next to me. Move them aside. Okay, 2 cards. 2 tarot cards. Seven of Pentacles. The Emperor. All right. Excuse me. The Emperor, what I'm seeing here, I feel like this is, you know what's so interesting? 2 things. First thing I thought of when I saw this is kind of like a crystal ball, like being able to see your own future, like that, the vision of the non-physical reality becoming more real, being able to see it so much that you're living it in your mind, and then also then manifesting it into your reality and living it in your reality. That was the first thing that I saw. The second thing is that this circle is kind of like this circle where it's like, remember how we were saying that what appears to be an obstacle is actually a blessing, and being able to kind of see through the quote obstacle, the physical reality, into the non-physical reality of what's actually happening, the clarifying of the path, clarifying of the journey. And I feel like that is you being the emperor, being the boss of it, like I know how to handle this. It's in my hands, right? I know how to handle it. I know what to do with it. It's kind of like sometimes even in the non-physical realm, they'll show you things that appear to be obstacles or appear to be problems so that you can clear them away, just to make them more like energies will get activated. A puzzle of some sort will show up in your physical life. A question, a problem of some sort will show up in your physical life so that you can find the answers to it and clear it. And then that opens up your path even more. Okay. So I feel like this is all divinely guided, like all of it, even the problems, it's all divinely guided for you to be able to get through it, overcome it, get through it, and then open up your pathway even more, because you are an eternal being, okay? And that you're the boss of the whole thing. And then the Seven of Pentacles. I'm just noticing this might be a specific message for somebody. Remember how we were talking about relationships might be between a employer-employee situation? I'm seeing that played out right here, where there's the emperor, that's the boss, and then these are the busy worker bees, the busy bees. There can be harmony between the two. If you're the boss and you get clear on what you want from your business, from your employees, how you want things to run, get clear in your visualizations about how you want things to go. And then everything will manifest and follow through. And these guys, if you're clear, if you as the boss is clear with what you want, and there's no conflicting energy in your space, no conflicting thoughts about what you're wanting from them, they're going to follow you through, because your energy is dominant in the workplace, okay? And so that's how you can get like harmony between you and your workers. And it's only when you being the leader, okay? If you as the leader have conflicting energy and you're seeing obstacles as like, oh no, I don't know how to deal with this, then they don't know what to do, because they're following your lead, okay? So you're the one who needs to be able to be clear about what you want. And then once you're clear about it in your mind, in your visions, the energy will emanate from you, and your workers will follow through, and everything will move smoothly, okay? But I see you have a really good relationship right here. Overall, they really want to do well within their own career, and then they really also want to do well within your company, within the relationship that they have with your company and also with you, okay? But you're the leader, all right? That's what I'm seeing there. And I'm actually really seeing that you're the leader, and that you're not one of the employees. So whoever this message is for, it's very specific to you, okay? And the other thing in general for the Seven of Pentacles, this is that kind of energy where you're in the middle of your journey, and you're seeing progress, you're working on it. As long as the flow is good and everything, you're on your journey and you're headed towards good places. I'm seeing a very positive energy coming from this, actually, like those little bees, like happily working, and a flow of knowing what you're doing, knowing that even though you're in the middle of your journey and you're not quite seeing your destination yet, that everything is blooming and flourishing and growing. So things are moving along. The energy is looking really, really good. Okay. All right. And mediumship training deck. There's some psychic messages for those of you who are interested in psychic development or just spiritual development in general. 2 messages coming through here. Okay. Animal kingdom. Interesting, right? We were talking about animals here. So that's highlighting that. Let me... Let's move this aside. Okay, put this aside. So I'm getting a message coming through. If there are maybe a couple of you, maybe one or two of you, where you have a pet friend who has crossed what they call like crossed over or transitioned into the non-physical realm, and they're now in spirit form, they're still with you, okay? And if you feel, say, for example, if it was like a cat or something like that, like I had a friend who could feel the energies of animals that are in spirit form. Like she could still feel, if it was a cat, like the cat walking between her legs, like she could feel the fur and stuff like that, just as if the cat was really there, except the cat's not physically there, but the cat is non-physically there, walking between her legs. Does that make sense? So if you feel the presence of your animal still with you, that's because your animal is still with you. And those relationships are eternal, okay? So that's just a message for somebody out there who's experiencing that right now. Yeah. So, I mean, your animal might not be a cat, but that's just an example that I'm using. Your animal might actually be a bird. So if you're hearing chirping when there are no physical birds around, that's your bird chirping at you, okay? Or if you see like, even if you're not sensing it physically, that maybe you'll see images of other birds that stand out to you for some reason. That's your pet friend giving you a message saying hi. So if I keep thinking stickers. I don't know, are you guys into stickers? But if you see a sticker, like an image of something that looks like your pet friend that has, gone to the non-physical realm, that is a sign from them saying hi. Okay, what's next? Oh, there was one more from here. I mean, their messages are really simple. Like they're not gonna be like, oh, go here and walk past this path and you'll find a pot of gold. They're not gonna say stuff like that. Like, here are your lottery numbers. They're more likely to say like, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. Look at this, the sun's shining. Okay. Practicing patience. This is so in line with that meditation message. Because I feel like maybe some of you, maybe you've been practicing meditation, but that it hasn't gone to that true state of flow where you're actually in the zone. Like you're practicing it, you're trying it, you're sitting with it, but it doesn't actually quite clear your mind. So be patient with it. Just keep trying. Just keep doing it. Putting in the work. I mean, even though you're sitting there and it looks like you're not doing anything, it's still work, right? It's energy work. Practicing patience. A connection with spirit requires constant practice, much like muscles in your body that need constant exercise to keep them strong and healthy. Exercise builds a sound body and mind, so it's just as important to nurture your gifts, which is a practice of ongoing development and patience. When developing your relationship with spirit, there will be times when you'll feel frustrated or impatient with your progress. Okay? This is quite normal. It's important to understand that this is a lifelong development, so practice patience with yourself as well as spirit when you feel stuck, blocked, or disconnected. If you randomly pick this card, then it's a clear sign for you to practice patience. It may be time to step back from your development and nurture your own soul. We all need to take care of ourselves to be the best vessel to communicate with spirit. A great way to learn is by simply observing and witnessing mediumship. So this may be a good time to watch another medium demonstrate spirit. Studying your peers and mentors in their work can often bring inspiration, new techniques, and motivation to your own practice. This is standing out. So if some of you are looking to connect with spirit in this way, then this is a message for you, okay? To watch somebody else. Perhaps there is another aspect of spirituality you have been drawn to study. Consider learning Reiki, practicing yoga, or going on a sacred journey to a land that has been calling you. All right. All right. And last deck, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Message from universe. Moving out of stagnation. Okay. Let's read from the book. So this and also this and the overcoming obstacle and the practicing patience. So if you know, some of you guys are in that place where you're sensing this, you're still facing the obstacles and you're in the motion of coming out of it. You're moving out of it. Like both of these, like overcoming and moving are verbs, you know, of motion happening, things moving along. And, you know, this, a lot of times, the Seven of Pentacles, you can also see as stagnation, but the energy that I'm seeing from here is really, really good. There's flowing, okay? It just depends on where you're putting your focus. I mean, you can look at something and saying, well, I'm not to my destination, or you can look at something and saying, I'm in the middle of it and I'm moving forward, right? So, but I'm seeing a lot of good energy coming from here. So I feel like this is moving, even if you are in the middle of something that looks like it's not there's no movement. You're coming out of it. You're overcoming it. Okay, so be patient with that. Number 15. Oh, perfect. That's what I was saying. Embrace the chaos. Embrace the chaos. Trust in the process, moving out of stagnation. The presence of the dust devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents two aspects to you now: the winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you. Ooh, you notice that? The inside and the outside that we were talking about with the green and the gold, right? Winds that churn inside you, with the dust devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains shackling you to a barren desert. Yes. The dreamscape and the physical reality. Okay. All right. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust this process. You are being guided. That blessed... I'm trying to point with the corner of this book, but I'm pointing right here at the blessed card. Trust this process. The dust devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. Your gleaming jewels, where are they? Your gleaming jewels. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a message. Yeah, I feel like this message, as I said, is about a month. It's worth of overcoming. The rest of it, I feel like in the next 2 weeks, pay attention to this. Okay, pay attention to this. It's coming. This is the energy that's moving through in the next 2 weeks. All right, you guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.